And going from first playing the game at 17 to the NBA would be enough for most, but that's just a small piece of the story. From 4 points a game as a rookie, G League MVP to NBA champion, All-Star, All-NBA, now averaging, I don't know, like 26 a game in the best league in the world, a spicy 52 at MSG. It's all damn near mind-boggling. Please help me welcome Pascal Siakam to Tim and Friends. Pascal, thank you so much for taking the time with us.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Anytime. I want to get to the journey because I absolutely love the growth and the work that you've put in. Your future, that's part of the story, of course, but I've seen your routine during warm-ups, Pascal. You've got some footy skills. You've got some footballing skills. I'm a football keeper. I've got my gloves in studio. I'm also 47. But if I give you a free kick, no wall, just outside the 18-yard box, do you, Pascal Siakam, think you would score on my old ass?
Of course. Of course. It's not even a question.
Are you left-footed? Are you right-footed? Are you the one that takes the free kicks?
Right-footed. Yeah, no, I'm right-footed for sure. I mean, I'll usually the one like scoring. I'm in the box, whatever you need me. I got the skills, the touch is there, like all that. But yeah, I can take free kicks or penalty kicks if I need to.
Yeah, I think in the area you might be dangerous at 6'9". Forget Peter Crouch or whoever the tallest footballer out there is. Pascal in the box would be dangerous. Maybe we'll set that up one day. Would you be down for it if we set it up one day? I'll put on all the tight gear and you can try it from the 18-yard box.
Hey, when we talking soccer, man, or football, I'm in there. Like, I'm ready.
That's awesome. One more before we get to the journey, I swear, but I need one more. Can you describe in a couple words what the hell happened last night, Pascal?
It's a crazy game, the weirdest game I've been on. But yeah, we had an opportunity to win, we didn't. Moving on.
Have you ever been a part of something like that?
No, it was crazy. I never played in a game like that. It was just such an odd game, and yeah, there's always a first time for everything, right? So, yeah.
Can you take something from that, or does that just get flushed?
I think what you can take that we played good defense. Like, we were pretty connected the whole game. We had some great stretches, obviously bad stretches, but I think that it just shows our character, to be able to continue to fight, no matter what. And I think that's what we're going to need going through what we're going through as a team. So I love the fact that the guys didn't quit and that, no matter the situation, we just willing to continue to work and scrap and try our hardest. I think it's going to pay off.
Fight no matter what. As I'm talking about your journey, in the back of my head, I'm thinking about that, like fight no matter what, like the growth, the work. To see the 52 at MSG, the 90 points over 2 games in December. I don't know if you know this, but you've scored now the second most points any month in Raptors history because of that December. Do you feel like you've gone to another level in your growth this season?
For sure. I think that obviously I had the summer. It's been so hard to have like normal summers, the past couple of years. Obviously, the world is going through something that we had never seen before, and I think that just having that opportunity last summer to have a summer, be around the people that I usually work with, be around my family, and just having a good summer. I just came into the season like with that mindset and mentality to know that I could reach another step, and that was my focus coming into the season, and like I put the work in for it, and obviously like I'm a team player, so like I want to be able to make everything that I do as a player translate into winning. So that's like the only thing right now, and that's for me like I'm focused on. But I just always knew that coming into the season, like I wanted to take the next step and continue to evolve as a player, like I've done throughout my whole career.
Okay, one more on the individual, and then I want to get to the team because I agree with you. I know that the winning is a big part of this. I also know that you posted a video of the 52 at MSG on your IG. The only dudes in the league right now with a 50-piece at the Mecca are LeBron, Curry, Harden, and you. I tell a kid coming from Cameroon to God Academy, and I believe Lake Dallas, Texas, that he would score 50 at the Garden. What would he say to me?
Yeah, like say to someone else, like I wouldn't believe it at all. Just the journey coming from where I come from, like we don't get to have these moments, where we're from. So to be able to be there, represent not only my family, myself, but also just a whole continent, Cameroon, Douala, like where I'm from, like it's just an amazing moment that you can't really you can't dream of those moments, right? Like it was the same thing as winning a championship, which is much higher, but I'm just saying like moments that just like you can't really think of. I never really thought that would happen ever, so for that to happen, it just shows that, the hard work is paying off, and it can only make you dream to accomplish even more moments like those type of moments.
I always try and tell fans that like success is never a straight line. And one of the things that I respect about your journey is that it hasn't come without struggle. Like that's life. At New Mexico State, through the loss of your dad, injuries, the bubble, you've been tested. So beyond your faith, what's kept you pushing?
I think what's kept me pushing is just like beyond my faith and what my confidence in the work that I put in is just like my family, the people that are around me. Like, I do what I do every single day, and I go out there and I play the game. And like I said, I always have my dad in the back of my mind, and the things that he's able to do for all of us and put me in this position. And I'm forever grateful. And I'm like wanting to keep his name alive and making sure that his legacy continues forever. That's the things that I've said to myself. From the moment that he wasn't no longer with us, like I'm gonna continue to work. I'm gonna continue to. Who am I to quit? This is not my dream. Like this is not only my dream. It's like a whole family, a whole legacy that's behind it, and I can't not continue to fight. So that's always been my mindset, and I'll continue to do so. Until it's all over. So that's just like always been my mindset.
I understand. I'm the youngest of 4 boys as well. I do understand it's not just you, it's the entire family. That's awesome. I keep saying that this season is really important to the franchise. Obviously, there are some contracts that could be up at the end of this year and yours after next season. Is that something you guys talk about in the locker room? Is that something that you understand in the locker room?
No, I don't think like nobody's really worried about that. I think for us right now, like we have to figure out a way to get out of like the stretch that we on, and I think that we're making steps. Like there's games where we right there and it's not happening. I believe that it is going to happen, and I just want us to continue to stay together. And I think that's the only thing that we preach right now for all of us. Is to because I think when you're going through a hard time and things are tough, like it's like easy to just go back and think about yourself and want to go in that mode. But we can't point the fingers. We have to stay together and try everything that we can to get out of it. And I believe that that's the only way that we can do that.
It's funny. I know that you mentioned a couple days ago that it's easier said than done to be positive when you're losing, and obviously that's part of the pressure of winning every day when it's your job, when you're a professional. Do you think that it's in the room to get back to the level where you guys were to end last year?
Yeah, no, I think it is. Like I think we have the again, like there's a number of games where we could have won. Like there's like that just it happens. And I think that we got to continue to stay together. Like we can't pull apart from each other, and these are the moments that we see like who we made of as people, as players. Like this is the moments, because again, like being at the bottom, being where you know that you're not supposed to be in, like what are you going to do? Like are you going to quit, or are you going to keep fighting every single day to get out of it? And I believe that we have the character to do so, and that should be our only kind of mindset for sure.
It's funny, when I'm talking and I do this 5 days a week, 2 hours a day, sometimes I make mistakes, sometimes we're all flawed, but I truly believe that the gem is not polished without friction. Like there sometimes has to be a little bit of back and forth between grown ass men when dealing with professional sports. But as you're talking, I'm thinking to myself, like that's a part of the equation, is just making sure that you don't point fingers, that you don't get on each other when the losing mounts up. Is the character that you guys earned winning championships now what you lean on in these moments, or is that kind of the evolution of just growing older?
Yeah, no, it's just like of course there's friction. Like we have a bunch of people that care about winning, like, and you're in a situation where you're not supposed to be in. Like, of course, there's going to be tough conversations to be had, but that's all in just wanting to achieve one goal. Like, we want to get out of what we're going through, and everyone understands it. And like you said, like we have people that's been in winning teams and know what it takes to win a championship. So like we have that, and I think that we can lean on it for sure. But also just understand that, like, there's no winning in wanting to point the finger or do whatever. We just got to be together. Like, this is the only thing that we have, and nobody is going to feel sorry for us. Nobody is going to come here to save us. We have to do it ourselves.
Right. So I mentioned your contract, and I'm not going to ask you about your contract in the middle of the season before it ends. But maybe more, can we talk? What is the city and this franchise meant to you?
No, it means the city, the franchise means everything. I'm always like grateful for, obviously, like Masai trusting me and drafting me, the way he did, and my journey here continue to develop, and those guys, like just being there for me, and it means everything. Obviously, I love Toronto. I love the city. I love being here. And I appreciate every single person around here, and of course there's a lot of highs and lows, but I'll forever be grateful of like the adventures and things that I've gone through here, and again I love the city.
Hey, I know it can be crazy busy at these points, so we really appreciate you talking to us and by extension the fans here on Tim and Friends. Thank you so much for this, Pascal.
Thank you, appreciate you guys for sure.